Hello, and welcome to Inspire Synergy. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon. They are one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz is a proud supporter of our podcast network, and we appreciate everything he does for us. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn men's legendary basketball player Jake Voskel. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large and small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you suffered any type of personal injury, a slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut, and he will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance, and owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon, trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls from the ground up in the sport of their choice, helps them to reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. He has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Connecticut. To work with the best, go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and we are back with the House of Changes, and we have, of course, the man himself, Razul Wallace. Razul, great to see you.
You too, Cully. How you been, man?
Oh, I've been fantastic. I got to come up for a couple games and had a blast and got to see some good victories. And now it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And now the man of the hour, the guest of the hour, Dr. Kevin Booker Jr. Nice to see you, sir.
You as well, Steve. It's so great to see you as well. It's good to be here. Razul, how are you doing? It's great to be here on House of Change. I'm excited about this discussion this evening. And thank you so much for having me on your platform.
Yes. And so just so we know, where are you out of exactly?
I'm out of New London, Connecticut.
Okay, so you're in New London. Beautiful. Well, I just want to give you a little PR here. And who do you typically take on and work with? Do you work with addicts traditionally?
I work with everyone because you can't always determine who's an addict and who's not an addict as well, right? So I work with all different types of people, and I'm also very thankful that I grew up in an environment where I was accustomed to working with lots of different people and being exposed to different people from various backgrounds who may deal with addiction on various levels as well. So thank you so much, Steve, for that question.
How long have you been in the industry, and how long have you been working as a doctor? Because you look like you're 28 years old. So.
Oh my gosh, I thank you for so much, Steve, for the flattery. You know what I mean?
I got it with my guest. I'm sorry. No, you do. You look very young. So
yeah. Well, I've been an educator, Steve, for now, 24 years. So I taught high school, middle school, juvenile, worked in the prisons, adult ed, And I was very much inspired by my environment growing up in Hartford, Connecticut. I grew up in the north end of Hartford. So when I was growing up, I saw drugs on the outside of my house because I grew up during the crack era. And I also just saw drugs inside my house as well because my father has always battled drug addiction. So, but that also gave me and inspired me, Steve.
It resonated with you.
To work with all different types of people because I was involved and grew up in that environment where I was exposed to seeing people go through so many different obstacles, even if it wasn't addiction, but maybe it was something else, just poverty, whatever it may be, and also having family members dealing with those issues as well. So that motivated me to want to push forward and see and do something about it. And as Professor M.K. Asante Jr. always says, when you make an observation, you have an obligation. So I felt that I had an obligation to become an educator so I can change the narrative of what people see of people who look like me in my community.
And that's huge. That's huge. Razul, how would you say you got involved with Dr. Booker? How did you guys end up meeting? And has he been working with the House of Changes? Is he going to be working with the men in the house?
So, since I got into the nonprofit space about a year and a half ago, I actually been hearing his name a lot from different people in Norwich, other nonprofits, and I felt like I knew I was going to meet him, whether I had to like actively seek him out myself or just be in the same kind of environment over time. But I think the first time we actually met in person was at a fundraiser, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
For Script in Hartford. Entry program in Hartford, they had a fundraiser, and that was the first time I finally got to meet him after hearing about him for, man, it's probably close to a year that I've been hearing his name and people saying you should meet Dr. Booker and stuff like that. And then I think we hit it off right from the jump because I think we're on the same frequency.
Absolutely.
And then I saw him at a couple other things, a couple other events, and then he had me, John, Marcus come sit on a panel at Mitchell College where he's a professor. And then after that, he led a more discussion at the men's house. The more group is the discussion. The acronym is Men Operating Responsibly in Emotion.
Right.
It was really great. We brought kids, mostly middle school age kids, but we could have been high school also. We had some, men and even one woman at this particular one. But it was very, it was a good opportunity, and I think it was the kids really enjoyed it. They were engaged. The purpose of it is really just because as men, we suppress so much emotion. It was a very kind of insightful internal conversation. We understanding yourself, what goes on inside of you, who you present to the world, things like that. So it's very, very, very good. I would love to have him, more frequently, and then I have a lot of different ideas and things that I would love to talk to Dr. Booker about. But we'll get into that over time.
Yeah. Dr. Booker.
Yes.
So you've been doing this, and you've been in all different types of environments. Teaching. You've been in the prison system. We're considered being in an opioid epidemic. And what would you say that you see men right now and women struggle with the most with dealing with addiction? I'm a recovering addict, and I went to a facility who basically the mental health expert I had said that there is a mental health component to addiction, and there's some sort of diagnosis that goes along with it that kind of competes with it that leads to addiction. Is that something that you see as well, or you believe in as well?
Well, first and foremost, Steve, I'm going to first of all say thank you for that question, Steve. But first and foremost, I am a child of a parent, of a father.
You went through it.
Who was addicted to a substance, multiple substances at time, for 30 plus years. Okay? And I'm going to say that again. My parent was addicted for 30 plus years. And, thank God, my father has been now in recovery for about 15 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That is huge.
So you got to think about it. I'm 49. and did you hear what I said? 30 plus years. So as I continue with my education, as I was going in through my career, my father was still moving in and out of working on himself because he was addicted, right? And then I got to see my father, who went through those struggles, not just as a child, but even as an adult. I experienced that because it wasn't like I was far removed from my father. I went through the journey along with him.
You never gave up on him.
Never. So, and now we're still close, and we have a friendship today. But that also took me to forgive my dad for his mental health.
Correct.
You get it? And, and realizing that he was not the person, the drugs were in control of his actual self. He wasn't himself. But I had to come to terms with that, Steve, and realize that was not my father. The drugs were in control.
It was the disease.
The disease had a hold on him. That monkey had a hold on him. And he had to shake that monkey in order to become himself. And he had to also go to God and realize that this was not going to be his anymore. So he had to take ownership as well.
How was he active in wanting recovery, wanting to get help, wanting that support, wanting to get treatment, wanting to get into programs to get better? Or did he fight it initially, would you say?
I think, Steve, my father went through recovery in 86, 85. So you remember I said 30 years. So I saw a lot.
Yeah.
I saw him what? Relapse, back, forth. Now you got majesty, what I just said. 30 years.
I know.
And I didn't just have drugs. Yeah, I didn't just have drugs in my house. I had drugs what? Outside.
Right around you.
I was seeing the drug dealers and I would see the fiends and everyone. So I was seeing all of it. And I'm seeing the drugs go on and relapse. But one thing I realized was that when he was at his lowest, when he hit rock bottom, there was no one there anymore. He had to come to terms with the fact that he really wanted the help. He didn't want this life anymore. I watched many of my family members and friends who battle addiction. They had to come to terms with it.
Yeah, it's a terrible cycle.
I think it's a terrible cycle. You and I both know it, Steve. But at the end of the day, if you want it bad enough, you're going to work through it, and you got to have a support group.
Exactly. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to be willing to do it for yourself.
That's right.
And you now play an important part of doing that for a lot of people, and in different areas of their life where they're in different stages of recovery. What do you see the most when people come in to see you and they tell you, I'm an addict, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that? What is the biggest struggle as far as the drug component right now that you're dealing with?
That's a great question, but I think it's based off of class, Steve. Somebody's socioeconomic status,
Very true.
So you and I both know, Steve. So if you're poor and you like my dad, right, and you didn't have the resources, you don't have the family at that point, recovery's hard. to even get into certain like programs, right? You got to go in the program high, right? And in order to get certain even assistance. And how long can you stay in the program if you don't have insurance? So, I mean, I'm here with you, Steve, but I really do think it's really about the class. I think it's class plays a major role. And then also the racial dynamics is another aspect of it too. And then we looking at, all the other factors and where, and when you're recovering, where exactly are you recovering at? Are you still back in the same predicament and around all the same distractions that got you going down, as one of my great aunt would say, stupid avenue?
Right.
So if you're recovering around the same area and the same distractions, then how are you going to be able to move forward? You're going to go right back and you're going to say, geez, all I got to do is walk out of this recovery house and I can go down the street and I can go cop something there.
Absolutely.
So you got to remove yourself completely.
You got to cut off everyone.
Everyone
that was in that past life.
That's right. So I think it doesn't matter your class, your race, whatever. On that level, there's a method to the madness. You have to cut yourself off completely and be able to like move forward. And I watched that with a lot of people that I respect, I love, from my own family and friends who have gone through recovery, and they're still in recovery. As they always say, it's day to day, it's minute to minute, second to second. So it doesn't matter, day to day, minute to minute, second to second. And you have to remind yourself over and over and have that support group to help you move forward.
Are you currently affiliated with any treatment facilities that you work with on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis of men that you see? Do you lead any groups, something like that? Like the best way that people can work with you and put together a plan for recovery?
Well, I don't actually work with a particular program that works with recovery. However, I do work with SCRIP, which is Second Chance Reentry Initiative Program. And SCRIP works with individuals who are in recovery, some individuals who actually have transitioned out of prison for various different reasons. And I work with many of those individuals. And SCRIP is a fantastic program that guides and helps individuals who have dealt with certain traumas within their life to help them become positive, productive citizens in society, especially when they have, if they have that desire. And most of the people who are going through SCRIP, they really do have that desire to want to create that change within their life. And that's why I love being part of an organization like SCRIP, which is Second Chance Reentry Initiative Program.
Yeah, SCRIP is very powerful, very successful, and it's done its job. Mm-hmm. I had been talking to Razul especially about the House of Changes. For going into a halfway house or a sober house, is there a certain amount of recovery time that you would recommend before going into an environment like that?
When you say recovery time, going into what type of environment? You can just
a sober house or a halfway house. If you go to a treatment center, you do 28 days. Are you ready to go into a sober house? I did 28 days, and then I did an intensive outpatient program before I went into a sober recovery house. That's why I'm asking if you think it's something where if you do 28 days of intensive therapy, a PHP program, so to speak, is it possible to enter a sober house, a halfway house, and have success from there? Or would you recommend a longer period? Or is it depend on the individual, person to person?
I think you just answered it right there, Steve. It depends on the individual and case by case. And the advice I would give to anyone is that as long, if you really want the help, there are people out there who will help you. And you just have to be willing to ask for help, swallow your pride, do the research, because there are people who are out there to help you. And House of Changes is a great example of that. I mean, when I think about Razul, Marcus, everyone, right? They're there. They created this platform and this program to help individuals who really want to recover, right? Who going through recovery and they want to they want to become much more positive, productive citizens. Individuals like yourself, Steve. So we need more programs like House of Changes. And this is where it starts. This is where it begins.
Right. It's just the beginning, like you said. So you have seen people at all different stages.
Yes.
You've treated people with all different, addictions to different types of drugs. I want
to make this very clear. It's not that I treated anyone. I've come in contact and taught environments where people who come from all different backgrounds and walks of life, right? So, and as an educator, I can't judge who's in the room. I just know my job is to empower and encourage them to be their best self.
And is that the most important message you try to stress when you're talking to a group, when you're talking to a group of individuals, when you're giving a speech, when you're trying to inspire those and get those people to take that next step and get help? Because taking that first step is very important. It's very hard to do.
Absolutely. Steve, it's interesting that you bring that up, but I always think about Maya Angelou, right? It's like a reminder for myself, the great poet, Maya Angelou. She once said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Exactly. And I feel like my job is to send out positive energy, love, compassion, empathy, because I grew up in an environment, and that environment always remind me of why, people struggle with those addictions, right? It's because sometimes they didn't feel love. Sometimes they felt neglected, right? And I remember that as a little boy seeing those things. So as a little boy going through all that, not just in the house, but also outside my neighborhood when I walked out the door, it reminded me that this is something I have to do. This is my mission, to encourage, to empower people who really want it, who really want to be helped.
Right.
People like yourself who are working day by day, minute by minute, second by second. And Steve, you should be very proud of yourself. Look at you now. You're hosting, you're facilitating a podcast. And people are watching this. This is amazing, Steve. You can listen for a minute because this is you. You are doing it, Steve. And you have come through so many challenges in your life, Steve. And you're still pushing forward. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
You got so much more to do.
It is. And I feel like it's a mission, and you got to pay it forward, because all the people that have been there to help you, you got to do the same and try to help those same people or different people who are struggling, who are in a tough place and who want to get help. What is your advice to people who are struggling, who want to take the next step and to get help? Is it to go to a hospital? Is it to go to a detox? Is it to try to find a facility that will take you? Because resources are scarce. It's tough to get in.
My advice, if people are watching right now, if people are watching this incredible podcast right now, my advice would be to reach out to you, to reach out to Razul, to reach out to Marcus, to reach out to Ja, to reach out to everyone that works for House of Changes and all the other incredible organizations, and then just say, I need help.
Yeah.
Can you help me out? This is my situation.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Reach out to individuals who have experienced it, who are still going through their stuff day to day, second by second, minute by minute. Other individuals who have created a platform like this, reach out to them who care, who are selfless individuals who actually want to see people come out of the situation that they're in. That's the advice I would say to anyone watching this.
You mentioned obviously a spiritual component to this, to God, to having faith. How important is that, would you say, in the recovery process?
Well, I'm basing this off of people that I love,
that
I care about,
yes,
and people that I also know who have going through, as I said, second to second, minute by minute, day by day. They always say to me, Kevin, if it weren't for God, I would not be here. Kevin, if it wasn't for God, I would not be here. There's something always higher than us. And even through your trials and tribulations, Steve, you already know, you wouldn't be here now. There's something higher that called you at and whispered in your ear at your lowest moments when you felt like quitting and giving up, but you didn't, because God had bigger plans for you. And for whoever's watching this, God has bigger plans for all of you. It's not over. You just have to ask for help and talk to these incredible individuals who want to pour into you and want to see you be your best. And you have to want it.
You do.
God wants to help you.
And you definitely draw an audience. So you have a very large audience. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if before you go, what would you say to anyone out there struggling, anyone to get resources, any last statement you would like to make before we let you go?
Last statement I want to say, Steve, and this just from the bottom of my heart to all of you who are listening. You are not alone. You are not alone. I want you to think about this for a minute. And I'm just having a conversation. You see, Steve is on here. He's in recovery. He knows this for the rest of his life. You see Razul. You heard of Marcus. You heard of Jod, the whole entire committee here. The founders of House of Changes. They want to see you succeed and be successful. Just remember, you're not enough. You're not alone. Swallow your pride. Just ask for help. They're here to help you. They're not having this platform just to have this platform. This is a platform designed to help and inspire and ensure that you become your best self. And on that note, I just want to say a quick prayer. Let's go to God. God, thank you so much for allowing Steve, Razul, and House of Changes to create this platform for all of us, Lord. Please bless this platform. Please inspire others to understand that they are not alone. And help us, God, to continue living by faith and not by sight. And help us to continue being the positive, incredible individuals that you have ordained us to be. God, we love you. We appreciate you. And we just say to you, God, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to breathe this fresh air. Thank you for our trials and tribulations that will allow us to become better people, better human beings, Lord. God, we love you. We appreciate you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Razul.
For people who want to get in touch with you, do you have a website? I just want to make sure I put it in the show notes. Anything that can help people get in touch with you.
Absolutely, Steve. Social media, they can reach at me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Kevin L. Booker Jr. Anytime. Send me a message, DM me.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure, an honor to be on this show. And Steve, you pouring into other people, but I want to pour into you right now. Okay. Continue the great work. Continue being who you are. And remember, Steve, we need you. Okay? You were born for a reason. And don't forget that.
I will not.
And all your trials and tribulations, Steve, that you have gone through is just so you can help others and inspire others. And you're not, this is just the beginning, Steve. And Razul,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. That's from the heart, bro. And Razul, thank you, bro. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Pleasure. I enjoyed the platform. And this has been also great for myself as well, working through some stuff as well. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
No, we appreciate it. And I'll make sure to tag you on social media and we'll spread the word. I appreciate you coming on. You're good to go. Razul, I'll talk with you for a minute after and then we'll be good to go.
All right.
But thank you so much,
gentlemen.
I appreciate you.
You too. Much love.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Wow, great guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Is he actively going to be working with you guys? Are you trying to get him on board?
I think so. Figuring out, he's busy. He's very busy. So figuring out, ways to work together that respects his time and everything like that. But I think my goal is to increase.
I think you muted yourself.
That is some of the things that I'd like to talk to you about. Increase programs.
Is it a situation where like he could come speak at the house maybe once a week or talk to the guys or see the guys? Is that something you'd like to do with them?
I think he's very impactful.
Yeah, with his passion and enthusiasm. Yeah, absolutely. And those are the type of people that you need. I think he's exceptional, especially with his experience level. I mean, going through it himself, and being in the prisons, the school systems. I mean, he's seen it all. So I think he can really make an impact and help the men in the house, especially since he's been through it himself with his family. So he knows they're not listening to someone who learned it out of a book, who learned it from a study. He lived it. So I think that makes a really big difference.
And he has a lot of awareness too, like
very much
how to really engage and pull people in.
And so your fundraiser is this weekend, right? December 5th.
The de-escalation training.
Yes,
that's tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow morning. It's 10:30.
It's tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's with Lieutenant Kevin Dillon, right?
Yes, sir.
And how long is it going to last?
About 4 hours. It'll be 10:30 to 2:30.
Okay. And people can buy tickets. Is there a ticket? Can you buy tickets online? Do you buy tickets when you get there? How do you get in?
It's actually not. We're not selling tickets. It's free.
It's okay.
Lieutenant Kevin Dillon. He usually charges a pretty penny for the training, but he's donating his services to House of Changes, and it's just an opportunity to kind of help different potential partners within the community get this training. It's really even beyond de-escalation, it's like a life training. What I'm saying? How he's talking about navigating your emotions and challenging situations and things like that.
Well, yeah, he was very smart with how he talked about it, how he talked about asking questions and keeping the people talking and getting their mind off of the emotions that led them to get as angry or as upset as they were. So it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's definitely very valuable. So he is doing it for free, And I mean, it's technically a fundraiser though, right? Correct? You're trying to get some money up. You're not trying to get money up. Okay.
No.
You're doing it to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you working to try and plan any fundraisers in the future?
We probably will be doing one in either March or April. We'll probably be doing our next one. Right now, we're just we were going to do one in November, but we decided not to, thank God, because we've been so busy with, we have a couple projects we're working on now.
Right. With the Norwich. Yep.
Yes. And that has been keeping us very busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have time to do it. But I looked into it in the raffle ticket thing. Fundraiser would be very easy, would be very little overhead. And I think it's something you could do where you sold the tickets, you just print them out, and the raffle commission from Connecticut is very similar to New York. It doesn't cost anything, and then you would give away 2 or 3 different prizes for it. So even if like Trisha said, we did 3,000 tickets, which you don't need to do. If you did 1,500 tickets, if you did 2,000 tickets, I think Connecticut especially is a more affluent area where you could get that sold. And then, just imagine making $50,000, $100,000, something like that. And then you could do, a dinner involved with it where you could announce the winners. That's what I would try to do, especially if you're planning something in March, because we started in August and the drawing ended up being in November. So that would give you time to do it. So I would consider that. I mean,
no, definitely. I'm open. I'm not opposed to it. We got to talk about more like the actual logistics of like how and what to do, how to do it, what to actually do, and as far as selling the tickets goes. But I'm interested.
Do you have a way to process credit cards at the House of Changes?
We do.
You do? Okay.
We do.
All right. That's the only thing. So that would be kind of similar to the animal shelter where they process credit cards on site, and then you can get several businesses that you know of that you can work with. Like I'm sure Matt Newsy would do something like that. If Matt Newsy put some raffle tickets up at his open house, and he could take cash, or he could have the card done over the phone. There's different ways to do it so you could get them out there, and you have a big enough group with Scott Lewis Real Estate to where I think you could put them at every project that you're doing. So that's what I just because of the overhead, so you wouldn't have that like with doing a fundraising dinner and something like that. All you're doing is printing up tickets. You dress them up pretty good. It's not nearly as expensive, and you can make some good money off of it. And then having, a dinner that goes with it. So if you're planning March or April, I'm telling you, from all the research that I saw, that is what I would do. But talk to the crew. He was great. I will put this up. I would definitely have him on my team. So see as involved as you can get him, and I think he would be spectacular.
I think so. I
Right.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. So let me just get this. I have a little outro video.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So it just saves time so people don't get irritated with me.
Yeah, no, I like the intro and the outro. I like that.
Yeah, it splits it up so people don't get angry. So I will set this and I will play it, and you are good to go. And we will talk next week. And I tell Teresa I will send her the video.
All right. Thanks,
and
brother.
I'll put this up, and I'll tag Dr. Booker and everything. He's incredible.
Yes,
and
sir.
Tell Marcus he was amazing. He got 10,000 viewers, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
He was awesome. But I found that share the videos, and share the videos if you can get a friend to share it. That way it spreads organically, and that's how they can blow up. And the reels off them have been great. So I'll make some reels off of this, and they will do well. All Marcus's reels did well. So tell Ja and Letitia and Ashley I said hi. And Marcus,
I will.
I will talk with you soon. All right?
All right, brother.
Take care. Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. Julius is located in Decatur, Georgia. He trains offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps all across the country. Proud to say they were undefeated in every tournament they attended. And at every college showcase camp they went to, a member of the Trench Mob was offered a college scholarship. Julius has sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. We have the Trench Mob podcast every Wednesday night at 8:30. Do not miss it. If you want to be trained by the best, if you want to go to a Division I college, Julius has the best success rate. 90% of his kids get scholarships. Go to www.battleofthetrenches.com and sign up. Ned Von Young, Fresh himself, runs the Fresh Fold Laundry Company, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. High-end laundry service. You put your laundry in a clear bag. You book online. They come, pick up your laundry, wash, dry, fold it at lightning speed records. They'll have it back to you within 48 hours. You can also schedule a weekly subscription service or bi-weekly, and they now offer a pickup and delivery service, so you never have to leave your house. They have deals for college students as well. So if you're in the area and you're in college, wash your laundry. Go to his website. It's my-freshfold.com. Finally, we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial services. He specializes in insurance policies, mainly life insurance. He will make you a boatload of money, and he will do so tax-free. He understands the stress that comes with thinking about retirement planning. How much am I going to need? For how many years? Do I have enough? Because fear of the unknown is real. All you have to do is talk to James, go to his website. It is www.lutherjamesinsurance.com. Thank you.